African countries are home to some of the world's most unbanked populations. Fintech and digital banking in the region are redefining what it means to democratize banking. African fintech is actually the fastest growing startup sector in Africa, raising over $1.3 billion in 2021 alone. The success of fintech companies is fueled by several trends, including growing smartphone ownership, expanded network coverage, declining internet costs, and a young, rapidly urbanizing, and fast-growing African population. According to a recent McKinsey report, fintech sales in Africa are predicted to expand by 8 times by 2025, with transactions and wallets becoming the fastest-growing products. With its rising trajectory, Africa's fintech industry is well placed to quickly improve Africa's global competitiveness through an increase in exporting fintech services abroad. Being the second largest continent in the world, it goes without saying that its pace of development of the fintech industry is monolithic in nature, and despite the fact that less than 15% of monetary operations on the continent are digital, African fintechs collectively generated between $4 and $6 billion in revenue in 2020. McKinsey's research indicated that the opportunity for growth in fintech is anticipated to be focused in 11 key countries that are Kenya, Egypt, South Africa, Cameroon, Côte d'Ivoire, Ghana, Morocco, Nigeria, Senegal, Uganda, and Tanzania. These markets account for 70% of Africa's GDP and half of its population. Yet, the rise of financial inclusion in Africa is stifled by regulatory uncertainty and regional differences. In fact, Africa's fintech industry is advocating for the creation of a Pan-African regulatory organization to provide comprehensive regulatory guidelines for regions as opposed to for entire nations. While fintech and digital banks are regulated separately from the traditional financial system, they are influenced by similar rules, including those around preventing money laundering, consumer centricity, and data privacy and security. Another report has been published by BDO provides an in-depth analysis of the banking landscape on the continent. The report offers a forecast on main predictions in Africa fintech landscape. Here are some of the main trends according to this report. Africa's unbanked population. There is still a large proportion of the African population who remain unbanked. Banking in Africa still faces many challenges that many fintechs and banks are working to address. Africa's fintech sector will continue to provide solutions to the continent to create frictionless, borderless transactions. Besides, many banks will continue to partner with new fintechs to solve this problem, as well as many others. Highest funding ever for African startups. Funding of African startups has exponentially increased year over year. According to data from The Big Deal, African startups raised over $4 billion in the third quarter of 2022 alone, the quickest pace the continent has experienced in the 3 years since they crossed $1 billion in fundraising. The increase is also impressive as it comes in a period when over 100 African entrepreneurs have raised their first $1 million plus round. Fintech is proving to be the main driver of investment on the region, and experts predict the year 2023 to be an even more successful year. ESG. Environmental, social, and governance has become a focused practice in the fintech scene. Parametric insurance, commonly developed with smart contracts, has become a key example of how innovation coupled with environmental aspects such as climate change. These smart contracts will not only ensure accuracy and efficiency in a claims process, but also cut out lead times. African mobile network operators will be increasingly active. The mobile network operators in the continent are crucial to watch. If the MNOs are awarded a mobile money license, the already competitive banking industry will become tighter. Many studies have shown that West Africa will prioritize the growth of mobile and online banking as an alternative of traditional banking institutions since they offer more affordable services for the average consumer. Africa should experience an increase in more accessible financial solutions due to the continent's steadily rising smartphone usage. Cryptocurrency adoption in Africa will increase even further. The cryptocurrency market has been incredibly turbulent in recent times. However, with the rise of fintechs and the growth of companies such as Luno, more mainstream usage and adoption of cryptocurrencies is expected. Leading cryptocurrency exchanges are working to assist the massive increase in the use of cryptocurrencies in Africa that we forecast for 2023. Emerging technologies in Africa. An array of new innovative solutions will emerge as technology advances exponentially. Exciting advancements in the finance sector are expected through IoT technology, artificial intelligence, big data, and many other forms of upcoming technologies and trends.